Quick like and subscribe if you enjoy my content. You know what's supposed to be adorable? Installing a camera to check on your dog while you're at work. Watching your pet nap on the couch. Play with toys. Maybe get into some harmless mischief. It's supposed to be entertaining, maybe a little reassuring that your furry friend is okay while you're gone. Unless the camera catches something else. Something you were never supposed to see. Something that makes you realize the work from home schedule your wife switched to 6 months ago had nothing to do with work. I installed a nanny cam in our living room to watch our golden retriever Max while I was at the office. Wanted to make sure he wasn't getting anxious or tearing things up while home alone during the day. The camera had motion detection. Sent alerts to my phone whenever it detected movement. Recorded clips automatically to the cloud. 3 days after I installed it, I got a motion alert at 1:47 p.m. on a Tuesday. Opened the app expecting to see Max doing something cute. Instead, I saw my wife on our couch with a man I'd never seen before. Both of them very much not working. Very much not dressed appropriately for a work-from-home video call. The camera I installed to watch our dog recorded my wife's affair instead. Every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon. For 6 months. All the days she claimed to be working from home, but was actually having her boyfriend over while I was at the office. My name is Andrew. I'm 35 years old, and I work as a software engineer for a tech company in Seattle, Washington. I spend my days writing code, debugging systems, and analyzing data patterns. I understand how surveillance systems work, how cloud storage operates, how timestamps and metadata can verify exactly when and where something happened. I never thought I'd use those skills to document my wife's affair with frame-by-frame precision. I met Vanessa 8 years ago at a friend's housewarming party in Capitol Hill. She was working as a graphic designer for an advertising agency, creative and artistic in ways that complemented my technical mindset. I was the engineer, she was the designer. We understood each other's work, even if we worked in different worlds. We got married 6 years ago, bought a house in the Fremont neighborhood, a craftsman bungalow with a big backyard and a front porch. Vanessa continued at the ad agency, working on campaigns for local and regional clients. I advanced to senior software engineer. Combined income around $215,000. We were comfortable, successful, living well in Seattle. 3 years ago, we adopted Max, a golden retriever puppy from a local rescue. He became our baby, our focus, our shared joy. We both adored him. For the first 2.5 years, Vanessa went into the office 5 days a week. Her agency had a nice space in South Lake Union. She'd leave around 8 a.m., come home around 6 p.m. Normal schedule. Then 6 months ago, in early September, Vanessa announced her agency was offering more flexible work-from-home options. They're letting us choose our own schedules now, she said one evening. Work from home whenever we want as long as we're hitting our deliverables. I'm thinking about doing Tuesdays and Thursdays from home. Would give me a break from the commute, more flexibility. That's great. You be home with Max those days too. Exactly. He wouldn't have to be alone as much. It seemed like a perfect arrangement. Max would have company 2 days a week. Vanessa would save time on commuting. Everyone benefited. She started her work-from-home schedule the following week. Tuesdays and Thursdays, she'd stay home in comfortable clothes, set up her laptop at the dining room table, take video calls with clients and colleagues. I'd leave from my office around 7:30 a.m. Vanessa would still be in her pajamas, coffee in hand, getting ready to start her workday at home. Have a good day, I'd say. You too. I'll get dinner started before you get home. Normal. Domestic. Exactly what work-from-home days should look like. Except over the next few months, I started noticing small changes. Vanessa seemed more energized on her work-from-home days. More dressed up than necessary for working from the dining room. She'd have her hair done, makeup applied, nice casual clothes instead of the sweats and t-shirts most people wear when working from home. You look nice for a work-from-home day, I'd comment. Oh, I have client video calls. Want to look professional. Made sense. Lots of people dress up for video calls even when working from home. I also noticed our house seemed unusually clean on Tuesday and Thursday evenings when I got home. Like someone had tidied up during the day. The pillows on the couch would be perfectly arranged. The kitchen would be spotless. Did you clean today? I'd ask. Just straighten up a bit during lunch. Working from home gives me time to keep things organized. Again, reasonable. Working from home often means more time for small household tasks. But then I noticed Max's behavior changed on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Our dog was always excited when I got home from work. But on Vanessa's work-from-home days, he seemed less excited, more subdued, almost like he'd already had his social time for the day and was tired out. Max seems mellow, I'd comment on a Tuesday evening. I took him for a long walk at lunch. Probably wore him out. Plausible. A midday walk would explain Max being less energetic in the evening. But something felt slightly off. Not wrong enough to worry about, just different. Then, 3 weeks ago, I had a reason to install the Nanny cam. I've been working longer hours on a major project launch. Leaving early, getting home late. Max was alone for 10 to 11 hours on my office days. I felt guilty about leaving him alone so long. Started worrying he might be getting anxious or destructive when left by himself. I'm thinking about getting a pet camera, I told Vanessa one evening, just so I can check on Max during the day. Make sure he's not stressed when he's home alone. That's sweet. Poor Max is alone a lot on your long days. Yeah, I feel bad. And it would be nice to see what he does all day. Probably just sleeps, but I'm curious. Go for it. I'm sure Max is fine, but if it gives you peace of mind, why not? I ordered a Furbo dog camera on Amazon. It arrived 2 days later. A sleek cylindrical camera with motion detection, two-way audio, night vision, and automatic cloud recording. I set it up in our living room on the bookshelf, angled toward the couch where Max usually napped. The camera had a wide-angle lens that captured most of the living room and part of the dining area. Perfect view to watch Max throughout the day. I activated it on a Monday evening. Set up the app on my phone. Tested the motion detection. It worked perfectly, sending me alerts whenever Max moved through the living room. All set, I told Vanessa. Now I can check on Max whenever I want. See what trouble he gets into. She laughed. He probably just sleeps all day. You're going to be bored watching a dog nap. Probably. But at least I'll know he's okay. Tuesday morning, I left for work at 7:30 a.m. Vanessa was still home in her work-from-home clothes. Jeans and a nice blouse. Hairstyle, makeup done. Have a good day, I said, kissing her goodbye. You too. I drove to my office in South Lake Union. Got settled at my desk. Opened the Furbo app on my phone around 9 a.m. to check on Max. The camera showed our empty living room. Max wasn't on the couch yet. Probably in the bedroom or kitchen. I checked again at 10:30. Max was on the couch, sleeping. Exactly as expected. Around 1:15 p.m., I got a motion detection alert on my phone. Opened the app. Max had gotten up from the couch, walking toward the front door. His tail was wagging. He was excited about something. Then I saw why. The front door opened. Vanessa walked in. Wait. Vanessa was supposed to be working from home. Why was she coming in from outside? She was carrying a small shopping bag. Maybe she'd run out for a quick errand. Totally normal. She set the bag on the entry table, bent down to pet Max, then walked toward the kitchen, out of camera view. I watched for a few more seconds. Max followed her to the kitchen. Nothing unusual. I went back to work. At 1:47 p.m., another motion alert. I opened the app. Expected to see Max coming back to the couch. Instead, I saw Vanessa walking back into the living room. But she wasn't alone. A man was with her. Tall, maybe late 30s, wearing business casual clothes. They were both carrying wine glasses. They sat on our couch together. Close together. Too close for business colleagues. I watched as Vanessa said something that made him laugh. He put his arm around her shoulders. She leaned into him. My heart started pounding. Then he kissed her. And she kissed him back. Not a friendly peck. A deep, intimate kiss. I sat at my desk, staring at my phone screen, watching my wife kiss a stranger on her couch. In our living room. On a Tuesday afternoon, when she was supposed to be working from home. They kept kissing. His hand started moving. Her hand started moving. And then I watched as they started removing clothing. I closed the app. Couldn't watch anymore. Sat at my desk trying to process what I'd just seen. My wife was having an affair. In our house. On her work-from-home days. While I was at the office. The camera I'd installed to watch our dog had caught my wife cheating instead. I took a few deep breaths. Tried to think logically. I'm an engineer. I deal with data, with evidence, with verification. I needed more information. Needed to understand the scope of what was happening. I opened my laptop. Logged into the Furbo cloud storage account. The camera saved all motion-detected clips automatically for 30 days. I started reviewing footage from previous Tuesdays and Thursdays. Vanessa's work-from-home days. Last Thursday. Multiple motion alerts in the afternoon. I open them. 1:52 p.m. Vanessa and the same man entering the living room with drinks. 2:15 p.m. Both of them on the couch. Kissing. Undressing. The previous Tuesday. Same pattern. Same man. Same time frame. Early afternoon. I went back further. Every Tuesday and Thursday for the past 3 weeks since I'd installed the camera. Same routine. Same man. Same activity. The camera had only been installed for 3 weeks. But the pattern was clear and consistent. Every work-from-home day, Vanessa was having this man over. They'd spend the afternoon together on our couch while I was at work. Then I realized something. The camera had only been active for 3 weeks. But Vanessa had been working from home for 6 months. If this pattern had been consistent since September, she'd been doing this twice a week for 6 months. That would be roughly 48 occasions. 48 times my wife had brought another man into our house while I was at work. I needed to know for sure who this man was. Needed to understand the full scope. I took screenshots from the camera footage, clear images of the man's face, ran them through a reverse image search and LinkedIn. Found him in 20 minutes. His name was Craig Barrett, creative director at a marketing firm. His LinkedIn showed he'd worked with Vanessa's agency on several joint campaigns over the past year. A work colleague, someone she'd met through professional projects. I sat at my desk, looking at Craig Barrett's LinkedIn profile, understanding exactly how this had started. They'd worked together on campaigns, developed a rapport, started meeting for work lunches. That became something more. Then Vanessa conveniently started working from home 2 days a week, creating perfect opportunities to continue the affair. The work-from-home schedule wasn't about flexibility or spending time with Max. It was about having consistent, private time with Craig while I was safely occupied at my office. I checked the current time. 3:45 p.m. I'd been reviewing footage and researching for over 2 hours. Opened the Furbo app. The living room was empty now. Craig must have left. Vanessa was probably cleaning up, making sure there was no evidence before I got home. I made a decision. I wasn't going to confront her today. I was going to gather more evidence, build a complete timeline, document everything. I'm a software engineer. I know how to collect data systematically. I went home at my normal time, 6:15 p.m., walked in to find Vanessa in the kitchen making dinner. She was back in her casual work-from-home clothes, different than what she'd been wearing in the camera footage. "Hey, how was your day?" she asked, smiling. "Good. Productive. How was working from home?" "Great. Got a lot done. Had some client calls, worked on design concepts. The usual." She was lying to my face, smiling while lying, acting like she'd spend the day working instead of with Craig on our couch. "Where's Max?" "In the backyard. I let him out a little while ago. I want to let Max in." He bounded over, happy to see me, but not with his usual explosive energy. He seemed content, satisfied, like he'd already had an eventful day. Because he had. He'd watched my wife cheat on me. Over dinner, Vanessa talked about her day, made up details about client calls and design work. I listened, noting every lie, cataloging every false detail. "Same schedule tomorrow?" I asked. "You're in the office on Wednesdays, right?" "Yep. Back to the office tomorrow. Then home again Thursday." Thursday. Another work-from-home day. Another opportunity for Craig to visit. Sound good. That night, I lay in bed next to my wife, knowing exactly what she'd done that afternoon. Knowing she'd been with another man just hours ago. Knowing she was planning to do it again in 2 days. Over the next 2 weeks, I documented everything. I hired a private investigator named Robert Stern. Gave him Craig Barrett's information and Vanessa's schedule. "I need photo documentation of them together outside my house," I told Robert. "Restaurants, hotels, his place, wherever they go. I need proof this extends beyond my home." Robert delivered within a week. Photos of Vanessa and Craig having lunch at a restaurant in Belltown. Photos of them entering Craig's apartment building in Capitol Hill. Photos of them kissing in his car in a parking lot. The affair wasn't limited to Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at my house. They were seeing each other other times too. I also set up additional recording. I installed a voice-activated recorder in our living room, hidden in a bookshelf plant. Not for bedroom or bathroom, just the common areas where I knew they'd talk. The recordings were devastating. Conversations about how much they missed each other between visits. Craig complaining about having to sneak around. Vanessa reassuring him that she was working on a plan to leave me. She was planning to leave me. For Craig. And I was supposed to have no idea it was coming. I made copies of everything. All camera footage. All photos from the investigator. All audio recordings. Uploaded everything to multiple cloud storage accounts. Burned copies to external drives. Made sure the evidence was preserved and backed up. Then I called a divorce attorney. Her name was Patricia Morgan, specialized in high-asset divorces. I have extensive documentation of my wife's affair. I told her. Video footage from a nanny cam. Private investigator photos. Audio recordings. Timeline spanning 6 months. How did you get video footage? I installed a pet camera to watch our dog. It happened to capture my wife and her boyfriend on our couch during the afternoons when she was supposedly working from home. Patricia reviewed the evidence I sent. This is unusually comprehensive. You have date-stamped video footage from a camera installed for a legitimate purpose. Pet monitoring. Private investigator verification. Audio of them discussing the affair. This is about as strong as evidence gets. I want to file before she has a chance to prepare. She doesn't know I know anything. We can file this week. Have her served at your discretion. I want to confront her first. Show her exactly what I have. Then serve her the next day. That's your choice. But once you confront her, she may try to hide assets or prepare her own case. I'm not concerned. I have everything documented. She won't have time to hide anything. I decided to confront Vanessa on a Thursday evening, after one of her work-from-home days. After Craig had visited, been recorded, and left. Thursday morning, I left for work as usual. Kissed Vanessa goodbye. Told her to have a good day, working from home. Checked the Furbo app throughout the day. At 1:35 p.m., Craig arrived. I watched, briefly, couldn't stomach watching much, as they settled onto the couch together. At 3 p.m., Craig left. Camera showed Vanessa tidying up, putting couch pillows back in place, taking wine glasses to the kitchen, erasing evidence of the afternoon. I came home at my normal time, 6:15 p.m. Vanessa was in the kitchen making dinner. Max was in the backyard. Hey, how was your day? Vanessa asked. Interesting. How was working from home? Good. Productive day. Client calls went well. I walked to the living room, pulled out my phone, opened the Furbo app. Want to see something interesting? I asked. What? I held up my phone showing the app. Remember that camera I installed to watch Max? The dog camera? Yeah. It's been recording more than just Max. Her face changed. Slight panic in her eyes. I'm not sure what you mean. I pulled up the footage from that afternoon. Showed her the screen. Her and Craig on our couch at 1:47 p.m. I've been watching you every Tuesday and Thursday for the past month. The camera I installed to watch our dog has been recording your affair instead. Her face went completely white. Andrew, I have everything, Vanessa. 4 weeks of video footage. Every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon. You and Craig Barrett on our couch. The couch where we watch TV together. Where Max sleeps. Where we sit with friends. You brought your boyfriend here and fucked him while I was at work. It's not what it looks like. I pulled up more evidence on my phone. I also hired a private investigator. Here's photos of you and Craig at restaurants. At his apartment. In his car. This isn't just Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. This is a full relationship. I played one of the audio recordings. Vanessa's voice, crystal clear. I love you. I'm working on how to tell Andrew. I just need the right time. Vanessa started crying. How long have you known? 4 weeks. Since the day I installed the camera. The very first Tuesday, I got a motion alert and opened the app expecting to see Max. Instead, I saw you with Craig. Why didn't you say something? Because I wanted to understand the full scope. I wanted evidence. I want to know exactly how long this has been going on, how often, where else you've been seeing him. So I documented everything. Every video. Every photo. Every recording. What are you going to do? I pulled out divorce papers Patricia had prepared. I'm divorcing you. These papers will be filed tomorrow. You'll be officially served by end of business day. We can go to counseling. For what? You've been having an affair for at least 6 months. Probably longer. You brought him into our home 48 times. You told him you loved him. You were planning to leave me. There's nothing to counsel. I made a mistake. You made calculated, deliberate choices. Every Tuesday and Thursday for 6 months. You'd get dressed up, do your makeup, wait for me to leave for work. Then you'd let Craig into our house, into our living room, onto our couch. You'd spend the afternoon with him. Then you'd clean up, change clothes, and act like you'd been working all day when I came home. I showed her more video footage. Here's you last Tuesday. Here's you the Tuesday before. Here's you 3 weeks ago. Every single time, the same routine. This wasn't a mistake. This was a systematic deception. What about Max? What about our house? What about them? You brought another man into our house while our dog watched. You cheated in our home, on our couch, in our living room. You don't get to claim sentimental attachment to our house or our dog now. Where am I supposed to go? Go to Craig. You love him, right? You told him so. On recording. Multiple times. You were planning to leave me for him anyway. I'm just accelerating your timeline. Craig's married. Excuse me. Craig is married. He has a wife. He was never going to leave her. It was just an affair. I stare at my wife. You were having an affair with a married man. In our house. While telling him you loved him. While planning to leave me for him. And he was never going to leave his wife. It's complicated. It's not complicated. You destroyed our marriage for a man who is using you. A man who has no intention of being with you long term. I pulled out my phone again. What's Craig's wife's name? What? Because she deserves to know what her husband has been doing every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon for the past 6 months. Andrew, please don't. What's her name? Michelle. Michelle Barrett. I found Michelle Barrett on Facebook in 30 seconds. Sent her a message with video footage attachments. Mrs. Barrett, you don't know me. My name is Andrew. Your husband Craig has been having an affair with my wife Vanessa for the past 6 months. I've attached video evidence recorded by a home security camera. I thought you deserved to know. I'm sorry to deliver this news this way. Vanessa was crying harder. You just destroyed his marriage too. Craig destroyed his own marriage. He chose to have an affair. He chose to come to my house twice a week and sleep with my wife. He chose to risk his marriage for an affair. I'm just making sure his wife knows the truth, the same way I had to find out. What happens now? You pack a bag tonight. You leave. You can come back for the rest of your things later with a schedule coordinated through attorneys. But you're not sleeping in this house tonight. This is my house. This is the house where you committed adultery 48 times. Where you brought your boyfriend while your husband was at work. Where you betrayed our marriage on our couch, in our living room, with our dog as a witness. You don't get to call it your house anymore. She packed a bag, left around 9 p.m. I sat in our living room, my living room now, with Max beside me. Looked at the couch where Vanessa and Craig had spent their Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. Tomorrow I'd replace that couch. Tonight I just sat with my dog, the only loyal companion in the house. The divorce moved forward exactly as Patricia predicted. Vanessa tried to argue the camera footage was an invasion of privacy. Patricia shut that down immediately. The camera was installed in a common living area for the legitimate purpose of monitoring a pet. Mrs. Hayes had no reasonable expectation of privacy in the living room of the marital home. The camera captured what was happening in plain sight in a shared space. The judge agreed. The footage was admissible. We also presented the private investigator photos, the audio recordings, and testimony from Craig's wife Michelle, who filed for divorce from Craig the same week I served Vanessa. Vanessa had no defense. The evidence was overwhelming and irrefutable. We settled after 8 weeks. I kept the house. I'd paid the entire down payment. I kept Max. He was registered in my name, and Vanessa agreed she didn't want custody. Vanessa got 25% of joint savings. No spousal support. 6 years of marriage ended because I installed a camera to watch our dog, and it recorded my wife's affair instead. I heard what happened after. Craig's wife Michelle divorced him, took their house, and significant spousal support. Craig lost interest in Vanessa almost immediately after. The affair had been exciting when it was secret, much less appealing when it cost him his marriage. Vanessa moved to Portland, trying to start over somewhere new. About a year later, I met someone at a dog park. Her name was Claire, marketing consultant. She had a border collie named Scout. Max and Scout became friends. So did Claire and I. On our 4th date, she asked about my divorce. I installed a camera to watch my dog while I was at work. The camera ended up recording my wife having an affair instead. Every Tuesday and Thursday for 6 months, she'd been bringing her boyfriend over during her work-from-home days. Claire's eyes widened. The dog camera caught her. Sent me a motion alert one afternoon. Opened it expecting to see my dog doing something cute. Instead saw my wife and a man I'd never met on our couch together. Very clearly not working from home. What did you do? Spent 4 weeks documenting everything. Every camera recording. Hired a private investigator to verify they met outside our house too. Collected audio recordings of them discussing the affair. Build a complete case before confronting her. That's incredibly controlled. Most people would confront immediately. I'm a software engineer. I deal with data. I wanted comprehensive evidence before moving forward. The camera gave me date-stamped video proof of at least 12 separate occasions. Combined with the investigator photos and audio, she couldn't deny anything. How did she react when you confronted her? Try to claim it was a mistake. But I showed her the footage, 4 weeks of Tuesdays and Thursdays. Showed her the investigator photos. Played the audio of her telling him she loved him. There was no way to explain away that much evidence. We've been together 13 months. Claire doesn't work from home. And when she does, I don't need a camera to verify what she's doing. Just trust. Real trust. I installed a nanny cam to watch her dog. It recorded my wife instead. Every Tuesday and Thursday. For 6 months. Her work from home days. That had nothing to do with work. And everything to do with Craig Barrett, who would arrive at 1:30 p.m. Stay for 2 hours. Leave by 3:30. Before I came home at 6:15. 48 times. She'd bring him into our house. Onto our couch. Into our living room. While Max watched. While I worked. While I trusted her completely. Until the camera I installed to watch my dog recorded what my wife was doing instead. And showed me the truth. She'd been hiding. For 6 months. Every Tuesday. Every Thursday. On our couch. In our house. Captured by camera. Installed to watch our dog. That recorded my wife's affair instead.